Hey guys, Shoutout here, and today is going to be talking about the games that are coming out for the Nintendo Switch. These are just the announced ones and the release dates that we know. So during the press conference on Thursday night, Friday early morning, their first game that they announced was a launch title with the Switch, which is called 1-2 Switch. Makes sense, that's a launch title then. It actually looked kind of intriguing, just the way that they did it, because you don't actually have to look at the screen. It's based on you looking at each other, because it's a most definitely two-player game. You look at each other, and by your reactions is how they do things. So at the time that they press on the button on the Joy-Con, that's how they do it all without having to be looking at the screen to do anything. And it's made possible by the HD Rumble, because it rumbles a certain way when you have to press buttons for other things. So, like I said, it looked really intriguing how they made the game and how they integrated that HD Rumble and Twitch reactions into it. Like I said, that will be a launch release, so it will be released with the console. The second game was ARMS. It was kind of unexpected in a way, because ultimately there's people that their arms become spring-loaded and just start punching around. But people say that it actually gets kind of tiring, and it's very difficult and kind of frustrating at times, just with the controls. You hold your hands up with your you're doing a thumbs up, and by punching forward you punch, and by twisting your hand you move your punch, so you can control the punch a little bit and curve it, and then you also have to move both of them at the same time to move your character around. So it looked really cool. Just a little weird of a commercial though, because regular people like you and I get these spring-loaded arms, but yeah, it was really cool. That one's coming out in spring of 2017. So no official launch date, just that'd be in the spring. Splatoon is getting a sequel called, Splatoon 2. They've got new fashions, weapons, and stages were the big thing. One of the weapons that they showed off was that you can dual-wield weapons, and those weapons can actually help you move. By shooting them, they help you move. By the looks of it, you hold one controller in each hand or whatever, and that's how you dual wield. So there's also special weapons that they talked about that they are available. They didn't show up in any off, but those weapons will be available once you cover a certain percentage of area for your team. So blue and green team, once blue covers a certain area, they will unlock that special weapon. That one's going to be released in summer of 2017. Again, not too many details, just that it'd be 2017 of summer. They announced the new Mario. When they started, it was like a Metro City setting, kind of like GTA almost. But then they quickly went into parkour. They were doing parkour and everything, so almost seemed like Assassin's Creed with Mario modded into it. But it's going to have special mechanics that deal with the hat. The hat is going to be something special, so because at the end of the trailer, actually, the hat ended up getting eyes. So yeah, the hat now has eyes, and so it's going to be interesting, and it's something with the way that the Switch works that they're able to do that. So look more once they have more details, because it will be holiday 2017 release, so it's quite a ways in the future. It's Super Mario Odyssey is the game, and they also made it a sandbox open world title, so kind of that Metro City, I guess, was the hub world, and then it went into little different ones. One was giant food, another one was regular Mario World, I think, and I think that was actually all that they showed, was just the 3 worlds. So, but Bowser will be a part of it. They showed him too. Another one that they did a little teaser for was Xenoblade Chronicles 2. and Fire Emblem Warriors. They kind of put those two out and kind of showed a little bit about them. They then went on to say that there's over 80 games in development. Dragon Quest 10 and 11 are two of them. Sounded like they were only in Japan, though. I don't know if they were just talking about 11 or 10 and 11, but one of them they did say that would be only available in Japan. So unfortunately, games still will have region locking, unlike the console, which does not. Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2 will be coming out as well, and there is a new Atlas game coming out. So, and then the new IP is Project Octopath Traveler. So that'll be one to look out for because it's going to be an RPG game. Sega also brought out a new game concept. Not much said there, just that they're working on a new game concept. And that was all they actually really said, is that with the Switch they've got a cool new concept coming out, and that's it. Then Todd Howard. Thanks, Howard. Bethesda mentioned that nothing's confirmed for the Switch or anything. And then all of a sudden they've got Todd Howard out there for Bethesda, and he says, yes, Skyrim will be on the Nintendo Switch. So it's now portable. You can now take it with you wherever you go. This is also Bethesda's first game on Nintendo. So that's something really cool. That's what the Switch did, is it brought a Bethesda game to Nintendo. They didn't mention, though, if it's Skyrim Special Edition or if it's just the standard one. So have to watch out for more details on that as well. There was a new game, and there was no really telling what it was because the game was literally lost in translation. Travis Strikes, if that makes any sense to any of you guys, they showed a picture of him with a t-shirt on. And that whole presentation from that developer became really funny because the translator that he had goes, and this developer has heard that the Switch is easier to develop on than any other Nintendo console. Well, translator, you probably should have said that he knows it is because he is a developer. Unless the guy actually said heard, that'd be really bad because if he's already started making the game, he should know that it is or it isn't, which, knowing that Nintendo's using an NVIDIA chip, I'm guessing it is going to be easier to work on and develop games for. But yeah, they switched translators as the guy was starting, and the translator that was doing it for that presentation just completely lost it, and it almost felt like he was reading off bullet points instead of actually translating what the guy was saying. So I have to wait for more information on that one that hopefully is better translated. EA came on stage to announce that FIFA 2017 will be coming to the Switch as well. No idea when, just that it would be. They then did a little bit of a montage that showed a whole ton of games. That's going to take a while to go through because there was a lot. I'll probably do a breakdown of all that, try to get screenshots of everything so that we can actually see what all was on that little montage of all those games. That was actually almost all the presentation, but the presentation went on a little bit to show Zelda Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild will also be a launch title. It has been delayed for so long, so it's awesome to see that it's going to be a launch title, because that means no more delays. It's coming up pretty quick here. So, and that one's available for Wii U and Nintendo Switch on the same day. So, if you got a Switch and don't want to if you have a Wii U and don't want to pre-order a Switch, you can get Breath of the Wild for the Wii U. Since the press conference, because that was it for that, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe will be released on April 28th. That one's coming as well. It's got updated battle mode, new maps, new characters, all that kind of stuff, so pretty sweet. Sonic Mania is a game that is basically the old Sonic's reimagined, so they're bringing nostalgia back and doing some really cool things with it. You can play as Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. That'll be in spring 2017 as well. Puyo Puyo Tetris. All they said is that it's coming soon. It is a 4-player Tetris game with different kind of game modes, kind of arcade-style game modes as well. And then in March 2017, so not exactly a date released with it. I wouldn't be surprised if this one's not a launch title as well. They just never said for sure if it isn't. But Super Bomberman R will be coming out, so there's kind of looks like there's a story mode to it as well, and it's the same Bomberman that you're used to, so just updated is basically what it is. So anyways, guys, that has been the games that were announced at the conference as well as a little while after, because those trailers were released actually really quickly after the press conference. But I'm actually kind of concerned with the amount of games that they actually said. They only said 80 games in development right now, and the ones that are actually did a little bit of a show off for them wasn't very much. Any of them that had a trailer or that were like only 2 launch titles, and one in March and then another one in April, and that's all that we have other than 2 others that were spring. Pretty lackluster, but we'll have to see, because as time goes on, they might also go, oh yeah, all these other ones are coming out in spring and beginning of summer as well. So, like I said, we'll just have to keep an eye on it and see what actually is announced before the March 3rd release of the Nintendo Switch. So guys, which games that we mentioned here are you guys looking forward to? Is there any games that you guys want on the Switch that wasn't mentioned here or you didn't see in the montage if you've seen that? I'd like to know. Just see what you guys are all interested to. But this has been Shoutout, and I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure to subscribe for more news on this, as well as like the video if you liked it.